This is just a review of a Nokia 3310 2017 version, but actually this isn't one. I bought this on eBay in December, thinking it was the real legitimate thing, and it actually isn't. I'll turn it over, you can see why. A couple of things on the back, which are a bit of a dead giveaway. I've taken the battery and the back off. It's actually got two slots for two SIM cards, which isn't the standard of a 2017 Nokia 3310. These are just, so you won't get that on the normal 3310. It's got the microSD card holder there as well, but it is a fake, and it isn't. Although it looks good, it doesn't have the facilities, or it doesn't work like the 3310 does. Now, the problem is with a fake phone, you also get a fake battery and a fake charger. So they're two death traps waiting to happen. The other thing with the battery is it really, really looks genuine, and you know, it's probably quite easy to mistake it for a real one. But it isn't. And another thing I've noticed with this, whereas the 3310 says the other battery can last for a month, whereas my Binatone brick had the same thing, it could last, the actual battery can last for a month. This one lasts about 2.5 days. Another thing that I've noticed is I've seen reviews on Amazon for the 3310, and I think some of them that are being sold as like second-hand ones are actually fake ones as well, because you hear people and see people in the comments saying how poor the battery was and it didn't last. It makes you think, hang on a minute, is it another fake? So what we'll do is we'll get this battery on, we'll get the back on, and see if we can get it to actually start up. Let's have a look. Okay, it's going to start. One of the first things, so you've got the two SIMs at the top. I'm actually on gift gap with this one. It's actually a phone I don't actually really use. It was just more for fun than anything else. The first thing you got is the name, where you can do all your contacts are in there, just on the same as the original one. And I go back, and then you've got the menu on the other side. And you see the battery life. It's actually been charged, and I've got some alarm clock set on it. But it just I don't know. One of the things that I found is that I couldn't find any proper ringtones for it on it at all. There were no like proper ringtones. There's only 3 tones on it. One of them is the starting out, one of them is shutting down, and the other one is this generic ringtone they've put on. So let's just go through the menu and have a look. So we've got a call log. It shows a SIM history of SIM 1 and messages. Haven't really used this at all. It's not the standard like you write in. I've got 8 messages in the inbox, and I think these are pretty much all from giffgaff saying to me that, hello and all that sort of thing. So let's go back from there. And it has an audio player where you can put the microSD card, you put music in there, and it has got a slot for headphones at the bottom here. The audio isn't good at all. Trust me, I've tried it. I've not put a card in with music on, but I've looked at other things on here, which I'll show you. So let's go back again. The camera. Well, all you're going to see is black because I'm actually filming it obviously on a black card. But let's see if I can do something over. Yeah, that's not very good. So let's go back on there. Has a video player. Now I don't know, I presume it does have a camera on it. I think you can do videos on it, but I don't think it's that good. And I don't know if it can play, also it can play videos that you've put on a microSD card. Okay. Service, let's touch that. WAP and data account. So I don't really know about those two. Other than the fact that you can, it's got a version of Facebook and a version of Twitter on here as well. So Let's go down to the settings, and you go into, it's got phone settings, time and dates, schedule power on and off, languages, so on and so forth, display, greetings, text off, speed dial. So all the type of things you'd find perhaps on the actual Nokia, but they're just not any good. There is an FM radio on here. Now what I found is kind of interesting with this is the radio on, I remember on the old phones, you always had to plug the headphones in to get the radio to have an antenna. But if I go on this one, you'll find, there you go, it doesn't need that, and I can actually find a station. So let's come out of that, stop that. Oh, it comes off. Okay. And that is DV, so I'm presuming no memory card. So does that mean I can do digital video, or I can play digital videos? I presume that I can film with the 2 megapixel camera. Okay, games, there's only one game on here, and I think it's a version of Snakes, and it's not very good either. I won't bother running that, it's just not worth my while. Okay, come back again. And there you go, it's got a Facebook. I have attempted to log in with it. It's just incredibly slow, complete waste of time. And again, with a Twitter, it will try and connect, but it just is, mind-numbingly slow and mind-numbingly pointless when everyone's got smartphones nowadays. So I've aborted that, go back to the menu, and it has Bluetooth, so if you want to connect stuff via Bluetooth, you can do that. And there's the settings in there, and let's go to, crumbs. Let's go to organizer. Now I tend to use this as an alarm clock, so I tend to have alarms going off, and I'm not very good at getting out of bed, so I tend to have 3 going off in the morning, but I'm normally up by the second one, which is quite good. And so the alarm's fine, but it's the same as the ringtone, so this actual alarm is actually the same as the ringtone is. So let's go back again. User profile, and this is when I was trying to find out where the ringtones were, and I actually couldn't find them. So I went to customize, and then tones and settings, and it's called MIDI 1, and that's it. That's all I've got on there. And it goes empty, so that's the actual ringtone. Okay, and then that one's empty, and it's saying replace, and it's saying, well, replace, and it's looking for, my music. So there's actually no other ordinary ringtones on this at all. Let's go back, and go back to that, and go OK to that. So that's done, and then back again. I won't go through the volumes, different things. There's no point in that. And back again. Okay. WhatsApp now, honestly don't know. It's going to be useless. It's got a Yahoo search, and it's also got a version of Opera browser, which is a really old Opera browser, which I used to use some time ago. I don't know what that is. STK. I haven't got a clue. Calendar, Google, and whatever that is. I do not. It's part, crumbs come out of that. No, I bought that. So that's basically a very, very rough overview of this fake phone. And please be wary, because some people will get caught out and end up buying one of these instead of the real phone. And it's a pity, because it's just annoying that I wasted 30 quid on something. I should have spent 50 quid and got the real thing. But anyway, I hope you liked this this review I've done, and I'm going to be doing more over the coming weeks and months of different types of things. So let me know what you want me to review. I say I'm really new to this. I'm not the best at doing this sort of thing, but comment and subscribe and tell me.